I'm Brian Posehn. You may know me from my stand-up comedy or from the TV shows I've been on, like the Sarah Silverman program. I love comic books, metal, and anything nerdy, except furries. They're gross. But that does include Dungeons & Dragons, which I've been playing with the same group of my funny friends for a decade now. So we decided to record us playing the game and turn it into a podcast, and we call it
Nerd Poker. Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends.
Blaine!
Ken!
Sarah!
Sark! Don't forget Jerry!
Hey, and you're listening to Nerd Poker with Dungeons & Dragons with Brian Posehn and friends. I'm Brian Posehn.
And I'm friends.
We open with that burp.
Something else.
Professional podcast. No donors, because we had a fucking shitload of, 20 minutes of donors last time.
At least you said, excuse me.
Same friends as last time.
There's a little vomit on your microphone.
I wish I had, I wish I had those funny
There's about to
glasses
be
with
a
the
lot of
windshield
vomit
wipers
on my microphone. Ken and Blaine.
Oh, God. The last time I was here, we did like 20 minutes of vomit noises.
It's a great show.
Ken and Blaine are here.
Yeah, hi.
And then,
Hey.
Dan and Rick are also here. Boo. From last week. Rick Remender, Dan Telfer.
That's what they call us.
Of the Poughkeepsie Remender Telfers.
Yep. Telfer, probably fourth episode now you've done with us?
Yeah!
Yeah. Friend of the show. Friend of us. And Rick, first time, last time. A lot of fun. Happy to have you. Made fun of you really hard last time, but, you know.
He was excited to murder that giant.
It was really rough. Yeah.
He's the best. Writes comical books. Let's jump in.
Let's do it.
In our last episode of Nerd Poker, our nerds were attacking or being attacked by a giant who was sort of walking along, minding his own business until he was suddenly accosted by 4 adventurers.
Yeah, and how'd that work out?
He said with a mouthful of noodles, "You look like Cthulhu."
His ball came off. That's an important detail.
Brian sliced one of his balls off with a frost brand, and it landed next to Lyra like a pig.
Sorry, Sarah.
Yeah, I did.
And Sarah shot him in the neck with a crossbow bolt, and he was shocking Hug Denning, who had shocking grasped him almost nearly to death, and then shocking crushed him until Brian cut his hand off with his frost brand, and now he's.
And then I was shockingly grasped by him.
He's a pile of barbecue now.
Yeah, he is.
The magic missile. It was the magic missiles.
We didn't search his body either. We got to search his
No,
body.
we gotta let's
Full body cavity search. Like we
go
got to get.
through,
Oh yeah, we can climb right up his ass.
He's a big one.
All right, so while they're exploring his rectum,
Hot.
You're gonna explore his killed
yeah.
But if you were a giant, and you had
There's
some,
some
valuables, that might be a place you hid them.
Yeah.
I'd like to literally search inside
let's-
inside of his colon. Do I have a light, like a bright light spell?
Can we cue the Fantastic Voyage theme?
I'm going to trace the outline of his penis with my lips.
There we go again.
Again.
I can. Well, he's got that whole ball, so we got food
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So we can just
You can
strap
trace
that
it
onto
with your
our.
whole body.
Yeah.
It's really
We can
big.
freeze pack that
I'm
ball.
going to rub my head
Let's get
against
it.
his
It is a big giant.
Let's
his
look- let's-
giant package.
Can we just take a look?
Giant.
Can we just sneak a peek?
Oh, Rick, they 2 episodes ago they did those things to those goblins. Those are the voices they did, right? When they went into their zone.
They got into this.
Yeah.
Steve
And,
Agee was here. It got really uncomfortable.
That's a really nice. There's a
Wicket.
there's a
Things
nice
get with me and
juxtaposition then
Steve.
between.
Steve used the word ridge at one point. It really got sour.
in his serial killer voice.
So you guys have already done a lot of. The idea is that you've already molested a lot of
Oh,
critters,
yeah,
and so we should not maybe
Yeah, man,
molest the
and
giant.
because I'm using Sarah's character, I'm not going to do it. But I think that you should just go to town on this guy.
Climb up his
yeah.
ass.
Winter's freestyle.
Winter's freestyle.
Spelunk his bottom.
We don't have to waste time to roll. Do I have to roll on spelunking?
No, he's dead. You can
Just
pretty
slide
much
right up there.
do whatever you want.
All right.
Hug is a little crushed and burned from his this giant's hot hands.
Yeah.
And he was getting crushed until the hand got cut off.
Yeah, but he only lost 1 point
I'm
of
down a
damage,
point.
right?
You know what? That it would have
Yeah.
killed me before. So
Yeah, well, he was in the process of
happy.
getting killed. It was sort of like a death grip.
Yeah.
Right.
But then before it got really bad,
I was getting smooshed.
yeah, he was getting smooshed.
Yeah, let's go through this guy's pocket. Has he got like a traveler's rucksack? You know.
He does kind of have, there's sort of a travel pack on him.
So better to search that before the.
Any signs that is he at a camp around or something?
You can still go up his butthole, Rick.
Well, I'd like to search. I'd like to pretend that wasn't
You
my
should
first
go up his
choice,
butthole.
and I'd like to search his knapsack first, and that is a euphemism.
For his butthole.
Well, he lost a testicle. There's lots of room in that scrotum. You can make it into a little tent.
By the way, I happened into a sex store this
Look, you
weekend,
can make it into a pterodactyl.
and they have a lot of butt plugs with tails attached now. I didn't know that was
You
a
what?
thing. I was just happened to walk into a sex store. We were just walking
Whoops.
up.
What'd you
Hollywood
think it
Boulevard.
was?
Whoops!
Yeah, they
I
got
thought it was a sex
Ice cream?
store. No, we were looking
I
for
thought this
Halloween
was
costumes.
Box Brothers.
This isn't
But
Blockbuster.
there's like every sort of animal
kind of
now.
is
You get a
Box
skunk
Brothers.
tail, a
This
fox
isn't
tail.
Hobby Lobby.
But yeah, so it's a butt plug with a tail attached, big fuzzy tail.
So it's like
cute.
it's like an anal
Yeah,
furry.
never heard of those.
I'd never seen that. That's
Oh, yeah,
new to me. This was a brony thing. I don't know what the fuck. Weird.
Mr. Hands.
Remember those things, those
Mr.
balls you
Hands,
could turn
hilarious.
on with like the raccoon tails, and you'd like put them on
Oh,
the
yeah.
ground, they'd roll around. You could just use one of those.
Oh.
Yeah,
it's
put that
true.
thing up your ass and then
you don't have to pretend you stumbled into the sex shop on accident.
just run around with
Oh
the
my
tail.
God.
It was deliberate.
You just go to a pet
I have
store.
no shame.
Well, the nice thing about a
Walk into
sex shop is
shop.
they sell things that are supposed to go in your butt. So
Right.
They don't do that thing that happens in every emergency room ever that you hear about where everything's
I fell
broken
on
off.
Which, by the way, I did go to an emergency room once, and there was some guy like
By accident.
terrible pain. Now, a friend of mine fell off a horse, and
That he was fucking.
Whoa, spaghetti!
and some guy just kept complaining about being in terrible pain. Long story short, we went in to visit our friend, and I look on the X-ray thing, and there's just a full dildo up the guy's completely.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
4 inches up
That's
past.
a convenient X-ray. Where did you see
Yeah,
that?
it was just hanging
I-
right on the wall there.
I once did a stand-up show where only two people
They have a circle
came.
slash around it.
You don't have to be crazy to work here, but it helps.
the sad trombone behind it.
You
No,
want
that's
it when?
that's another X-ray.
The sad trombone. They make the guy stand next to the X-ray. They have to shame him not to do it again.
Every emergency
actually-
room has a sad trombonist like on staff who just comes out.
There was an X-ray, and the guy actually had a sad trombone up his ass.
As you walk down the line, you're like, what hospital? This isn't even a hospital. Where am I?
Oh my God! Somebody shove a mute
The
up there.
saddest trombone.
That's what that sex act is called. The sad trombone is when someone shits on your face while a doctor comes out and reads you all the diseases you're gonna get. Because
That's a terrible.
Why would you
Where do they
do
get that doctor?
All these sex ones never sound fun.
I was gonna say really quick. I was at a stand-up show. Only 2 people were in the audience, and so I just talked to them the whole time. And one of them was a firefighter, and he talked about how one time he got called to a house where this son had shoved his sister's dildo up his ass and it was stuck up there, and the dad like pulled him aside and was like, "Look, you have to get my wife and my daughter are gonna be here at about 6 a.m. They're out of town. You have to get this dildo out of my son's ass before they come home, or our life is over." Like, if they, like, I didn't know my son was doing this with the dildo. No one knows this thing with the dildo is happening. If you don't get the dildo, we can't go to an emergency room. There can't be any records of this. And I just let this fireman talk to me.
Did they find a
I've
mafia
never
doctor?
I've never put a dildo up my ass, but I gotta wonder, like, what are you doing with it that you just whoop Like,
well,
is
you
it,
got to think the farther
think
it
about-
goes, right? It's probably more interesting.
well, you're holding on to a piece of it while you're putting it in your ass, right? I mean,
there are
like,
certain dildos for your ass, and there are dildos for your
Yes.
vagina.
okay, but
And your
any
vagina- well,
I don't know. I don't know how your
A va-
vagina is.
A vagina has a limited amount of
distance.
You can't
travel
keep going
distance.
in.
Yeah,
yes.
sure, you hit something, but a butt just goes forever. But I get
Exactly.
you're holding on to it, like, so you go, okay, well, let's see what this is all about,
A
right?
butt goes
and you're
forever.
just like,
My-
you're sitting by yourself.
God, I gotta try this.
One of my favorite Robert Frost poems.
I was trying to come up with something, but that's it. It's a Robert Frost poem. The butt goes forever. Do not go quietly into that good butt.
Rage.
Against the dying of the butt.
And that made all the difference. But you're holding on to a piece of it. So, like, this kid is putting it into his ass.
But he
and
probably-
think what lost control? Like,
Yeah,
what?
well,
What?
here.
Like,
He
but
had some lube.
His dad
Probably had
knocked
some
on the
lube on
door
his
of his
hand.
room and he went, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, exactly. he could have just maybe just stood up.
but even then, you could still probably, even sitting on it, it's not gonna propel itself into
No, but it's
your,
gonna
It
get
does though
sucked
because
up. It's gonna
because
keep
the butt
vacuum.
contracts and yeah,
It's a vacuum, so like
because
Well,
there's
that's what happens with a
because of
bottle a lot
the
too.
sphincter.
Yeah.
Sure.
Anytime,
Remember Comic Con 08?
Oh, I get it now. I
we
get
ruined
it.
Frank Miller's weekend.
Oh my God, that's true. We really did.
The one we never talk about.
He's been drinking a lot ever since. It's no coincidence.
Yeah.
Do you remember? You know when you're playing Galaga and that ship comes down with a tractor beam and catches your fighter,
Galaga.
Yeah.
pulls it up to the top.
That's like an anal vacuum.
That's like the anal vacuum.
Oh.
And what you need to do is you need to get another dildo and shove that up there, and then you get the double dildos going on.
Well, but the other one's just gonna with like some Velcro on it or like a hook.
Well, that's
Well,
how you get the first dildo out, is you shove another one up it.
With a hook. What I'm saying, like the other one. The other
They
one.
attract each other like Rice Krispies.
Oh, they're like magnetic. They're like they make them.
But
for
you would
that.
think you could shit it out or try to push it out.
I would think I would do anything but not call the fire department.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
I think
Yeah.
the problem
Well,
is
yeah.
right before I shoved the dildo up my ass, I shoved all that cheese up there. It's very binding. Why did I shove all that cheese up my ass? I could have eaten it. I'd
What if they
get much
made,
more
like-
enjoyment.
Like an emergency dildo, though, where like the tip opened up like a little egg and like this claw was there that could reach the other dildo.
Wrap it
Like a little like claw
evacuation.
hand. Yeah, like-
Sure.
Like
Yeah,
a
they call it-
AAA
if you want to
dildo.
They call it the friendly miner.
All right. So
we've
good
do-
times,
we've
you
done
guys.
nothing.
you go to Bears fans.
No, what's,
So we're searching the
what's-
the red giant.
what's
Blue
got-
Rock Needle.
Get $1 million.
what's his possessions? What do we got here?
So you guys go through
Does he have a
the
dildo?
yeah. He's taking a giant dildo back to New York for Lenny Clark.
By the way, Rick, once you're up there, don't get stuck.
Am I still going up?
That's up to you.
You go
I
through,
think you should.
You go through the backpack. You find it just looks like a regular hiking kind of a backpack. There's food in there. But it's obviously bigger. You know, there's
Sure.
Yeah, I'll take the bag itself if that's carryable.
the bag itself would be.
The size of a tent.
Yeah, it's like if a giant is 20 feet tall and he's wearing a backpack. Imagine if you were 20 feet tall and then how it would be like carrying a giant tent around.
Yeah, and quit being
We're
so
not-
grabby. Like we're all just Brian.
Winter-
Brian cut
winter-
this ball out, and like we're all gonna get.
Well,
a
I
piece.
want to say
Winter
I
has
take
a
it as
bag of
like
holding.
Well, I was hypothetically taking. I wanted to see what Blaine would tell
Well,
me.
it's. I mean, the whole knapsack itself is pretty big.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
So
uh,
there's just like trail mix. There's Gorp and shit in here.
Yeah, there's like a
Orphan
it's
all red M&Ms.
all red M&Ms. Yeah, there's red vines and Twizzlers because he gets around. But it's just there's clothing. It doesn't smell very good. There's some dirty clothes in
Is
it.
there shit in there?
No, I mean he's not a
He's just dirty.
barbarian.
He's just dirty.
Yeah, just dirty. There's like I said, there's some food. There's maybe some like a giant torch in there, like some tools, just very very rough hewn sort of metal and wood tools, but they're very big. Like
Is there a map with a big red X on it anywhere?
no big red X maps, and you it just looks like just a regular hiking backpack, nothing fancy. Maybe a couple of some personal effects, maybe a bad drawing of another giant.
Are any of the tools like what would be a small hand tool for him, but like a useful one or two handed weapon for us?
There's
Like a toe pick we could use as a scythe kind of a thing.
well, he's got something that looks sort of like a little utility knife that looks like it's about the size of a long sword, but it's not really usable. It's just kind of not
Unwieldy.
Yeah,
you couldn't grip it. Like it's just kind of like all steel.
Yeah.
and no.
And
handle.
after you get out of the backpack, you check his belt and stuff, and like he has a dagger on his belt, which is, again, it's probably the size of Lyra, but it's the handle is just too big around to really.
You couldn't grip
Well,
it.
we can grab food for sure. There'll
Yeah.
probably be a lot of
let's load up on that.
rations
Yeah, there's
for us.
Load up on ration.
Yeah, I would probably assume that you guys take a couple of cautious sniffs and then just start eating while you're checking this stuff
Does
out.
he have any kind of currency on him that maybe we could use? Since we're trying to head to a city, right? So
yeah,
if we could get anything that would identify us as a part of the culture even a little bit.
You get into because he's lying on his front. He's sort of rolled over to the front, so you can sort of see that there's like a not a fanny pack, but like a belt pouch kind of thing. You manage to kind of lift him up a little bit, and you pull this pouch out, and there are some coins in it, and they're not like manhole covers or anything. I would think they're maybe
Steering wheel size?
yeah, like a pizza, like a medium.
Or they
Or maybe 2 for $5 pizzas at
10-inch.
Papa John's. Yeah, or 3 pizzas with 2 toppings for $5 each at
$5.90.
Papa John's.
It's a pretty good Papa
So we
John's
could
is-
each take one if we wanted to.
Is it a rare metal? I mean, is it gold and silver? Can we tell what metal it's made out
No,
of?
these are they're red. They're like a ruby red kind of metal.
So they're no melting down to make it more carryable for us.
No,
But we could each take one.
you could each probably take one.
All right.
All right.
Use it as a shield.
Yeah, they're not light. I'd say they weigh.
This giant has a lot of crap.
Maybe it's time to find out the truth.
Does he have any nuts in the bag?
Just the one.
Does he have any like? Could we maybe like fashion any kind of leather armor out of his backpack or his
Or
clothes?
his flesh?
Like, because we probably could use a little bit
skin
more
suit.
of that, right?
Well, you guys are kind of armored up.
Yeah?
I don't
Okay.
really think there's. I mean, if you want to take any supplies, he might have some oil in a giant flask or something, and you can maybe dip your flask in there. I think you're probably getting more food and water is more important.
Cool. Well, why don't we rest up and get the fuck out of here, guys?
So,
He pointed us to the direction of the Black Land, I believe.
yeah, he
I
was.
wanted to go to the gold tip, I think.
I know, but I
which
hope
is
he wasn't
across the
lying about
ocean.
any of that shit.
Oh, I see.
We want to go to a shipyard where we can
Right, that's right.
hide on a boat.
But I don't know if he was being honest about us being safe.
No, I think he was not, but that's
Among
But I think he
giants.
still told us like
We could,
a direction
Yeah.
we could go. And
Yeah.
I say
and we could sneak
I
onto
say
a
we
boat.
take a fucking our own ship. Like,
Why you can't
yeah,
use
yeah,
that
yeah.
language?
If we just get like a dinghy.
you listen,
even,
you
yeah.
fucking cock. Let's.
He said they would be too big for us to pilot, which makes sense. So there's got to be something we can make, or like, if we go to a
Yeah.
big enough shipyard, maybe there is a smaller race.
Steal
who's
a
passing
dinghy.
through.
Steal a dinghy from a big boat.
I
and
bet
use
his body
that.
would float.
Corpse surfing.
We could hollow out
it's
his
like
stomach
the,
and turn it
black
into a
cat.
and
Let's
Stinky submarine.
should we head towards the port city?
Stinky submarine.
Yeah,
I'd like to propose that we actually do try to see if there's any buoyancy and that we can float his body across.
Are we by the water right now?
Toss his body in the ocean.
The
I
water
don't
was
think we
within
can carry
sight.
his-
The
probably-
water was within
Yeah,
sight.
yeah.
yeah,
probably-
you'd have to drag him for a while. It might be hard.
He probably
A lot
weighs
of
like
work.
4,000 pounds.
He would definitely float.
Yeah, he'd be pretty heavy. That would be an all day drag.
I
When,
would just stow away on a boat.
When you go up to his neck to get your crossbow bolt out, and you kind of reach in there and you can kind of feel it in there. You pull it out and reload it into your wrist bolt, and you notice that that he's got a necklace or like a cord around his neck. So since there's blood everywhere, it's pretty slippery, and you start pulling on it, and he's got a
Puka shells?
Yeah, total puka shells. It's a big
surfer, guys.
It's a big gold razor blade.
And he's got a gold Sublime record at the end of it.
It's a big clock. You've just killed Flava Flav.
Cut up his kite OP shorts so you can see his giant cock.
And you pull this thing out, and there's sort of a little pendant. It's very, very simple, but there's a big red gem in it. Ooh. It's maybe the size of a softball.
Giant ruby.
But it looks like it almost looks like a transparent kind of a metal. It looks like it's sort of related to the coins that you guys have.
Has any of us ever seen anything like this before?
No, you've never seen anything like it.
All right, well, let's take that.
Yep.
And then what does Rick find in his butt?
Yeah, I'm going in.
Giant red turds.
All right.
Just as far as you can see,
That's
you go in there for
interesting. So his
you go in there
turds
for
are
a couple
red, too?
hours.
But it's a butt of holding.
But he has red turds too?
Everything's red.
Because like
Everything's
most,
red.
Most
Remember,
species have brown
Sammy
turds.
Hagar, red.
Oh yeah.
Should
Did
we,
you have red turds?
All right, let's get away from. We've been with this giant for like 6 years. I've only started playing with you guys, and I can't. The pace of the giant situation.
All right.
All right.
Yeah,
I've fallen in love
Wow.
with the
let's
giants.
travel.
Let's just get some momentum, right?
Yeah, let's go
right.
down to the docks and get a.
Dag, you want to take a
Catch our
testicle? There's an errant testicle rolling around somewhere. If you
No,
wanna-
I'm good.
All right.
You can make a footstool or something.
Pterodactyl.
A brooch.
Take a bite out of it for luck.
And Leon's getting larger.
Fresno. No one goes to Fresno anymore. And we're back.
Yes. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, let's head down to the
The docks.
Yes.
yeah. Those things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's go to the docks. Let's meet some sailors.
let's book.
Okay.
But I think we have to be sneaky about it.
Yes.
Sneaking to the docks.
Stealthily.
Okay. So you guys just sort of make a hard right. You were. Let me see. This is the map where you guys were. And bear with me if it's really, really primitive. But this is the water where the river was getting wider. This is heading back east. The river was getting it gets wider and it's kind of expanding into this weird harbor bay thing. You see ships moving along in the distance, like different colors, and right along the coastline here, almost like you're in Palos Verdes, where you can sort of see down into the water, but there's a bit of a cliff and some shoreline and stuff. You guys are up on this ridge. It's all like grassland and stuff and rolling hills. Very nice.
Are some of the ships red?
I think the ships were
All different colors.
they were all different colors.
The major
Yeah.
four.
But
and
some are red.
Some,
Yeah, sure.
some are red, some are blue. Were there yellow ones going on? I think there
Yellow
were.
and
We
green.
heard the
yeah.
least about the yellow ones, but
Yeah, I think that you guys had spotted some yellow ones right when this giant came along. So
Oh,
and
right.
and you would see these groups of boats out there. It would be like a big yellow one and a couple of little yellow ones. So
Are there-
a big blue one and 3 little blue ones, or 4 little green ones.
Are there any roads going into this city where maybe we could try to hide on board?
Well, you
some
don't
kind of
really
cart
see
or-
any. You don't see any city yet.
No, not yet? Okay.
No, not yet. He might have been fucking with you. He was sort of pointing towards the west where you guys were already headed. As there's a port up there.
So we got to maybe follow the beach for a while.
Yeah, you might want to.
Maybe the red coins would just buy us passage
It's no. If we
on a red boat.
I'm just worried about dealing with the giants. We'll probably just want to eat.
They'll
us.
probably Like I feel like we really need to be sneaky. Like if it would be great if we could find the city, sneak into the city, and then find a way at night to grab a dinghy.
I'll say.
Sounds like a plan.
Probably just head on down to the Spearmint Rhino. Wow.
That's a straight club.
No, but a dinghy. That's a
You're doing it
a
wrong.
not very smart girl.
Head down to the Bullet.
Yeah, head down to the White Swallow.
There you go.
right.
Now we're talking.
All right.
You just came on me. $300, please.
So you guys sort of make your way down to the beach and start heading west, I guess. You sort of continue. I guess at this point it's starting to get getting a little dark. The sun's starting to go down, heading into dusk territory. And you just keep heading west. Occasionally, you'll see a group of boats go by. It's mostly blue or red, and occasional yellows. But at one point, as it's
yellow, the golden tip.
no, it just looks like yellow, like lemon.
The golden tip, wasn't it like? Didn't he say it was like the center? Like it was an island in the center.
I
like
thought the golden tip was the farthest point away.
No, he was talking about
okay.
stuff that was. He was talking about islands, but
okay,
He's kind of a dipshit too. But
yeah, he might have been fucking with you, but the as the sun goes down and you keep heading west, the other side, the other shoreline starts to get even farther away, and you can't really see it now because it's very dark. But you see the sun dance off some boats in the distance, and they just look like they're made of metal, just like silver. These silver boats off in the distance. But that's pretty much it. You want to keep moving? Do you want to? It's starting to get dark. Do you want to keep going until it's too dark to move?
I don't know. Where exactly are we?
I think keep going until
heading
it's
west,
dark enough
yeah.
to sneak.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys, you keep heading west. It's probably maybe 10, 11 o'clock, midnight-ish.
Was that giant torch too big for us to carry? It must have been, right? But we have torches. We have that.
Yeah,
kind
we've
of
got
stuff.
torches,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, you're good. And it's still, I mean, it's a nice cloudless night. There's a moon or moons, depending on what kind of fantasy thing you want to have in your head. But as it gets darker, you sort of come around. There's rocks and things jutting out. You kind of come around this one area, and you see off in the distance just red lights, like a city, but it's just a red lit city off in the distance.
Sweet.
Looks like it's a few miles off.
Sounds like we're in business.
Is the Red City away from the? The water? The Red City is inland.
At this point, it looks like it's probably along the coast, but you don't know where the coast goes. You've just kind of come around an outcropping, I guess.
Well, if it's night, it might be a good time. Like, I'm not to just keep harping on the same thing, but maybe look for a road that, like, we could hitch a ride at night. It would be even better. They wouldn't see us sneak onto their cart.
Are the red lights going down in the city?
I don't wanna be there in Red City.
No, it just looks like lights. Just looks
good.
like, yeah.
Just wondering.
Rocks.
You're right.
So, and you see, as you're walking along, you start to see there's a little more traffic out in the water. You see lights kind of coming and going. You can't see any colors at this point, but you just see like lights of ships off in the distance.
All right, so we hike to Red City, spend our ill-gotten red coins.
So we just came from Red City. Oh no.
No, we came from
We rounded a corner to see Red
right,
City.
Okay.
All right, Red City.
Cool.
I say we go to Red City. Yeah, let's go to Red City. Hey, everybody, Red City.
Have a geese and go to Red City.
Hey,
Yes, let's go to
Red City.
All right, it's 17-5. We're going to Red City. All right. Well, you guys kind of keep moving along. It looks like the coastline kind of winds into a bigger bay a little bit, but you move along for a few more hours. You're starting to get pretty tired. You're going to have to camp out at some point, and you're going to want to relearn your magic missile.
Okay.
Unless you've probably already done that, I would think.
I totally already did.
Yeah.
I was,
10 minutes.
if I didn't say that, I was doing it.
I would think it looks like you can gauge the distance here. You'll probably be able to make it there tomorrow, but at this point, you're going to want to
Let's
camp
sleep.
out here.
Yeah.
You guys want to set up some
Yeah.
set up some watches?
I'll go first.
Second.
Third.
All right.
Fourth. I'm sleepy.
Ooh.
I don't like when he says that. Ooh.
He hasn't opened the book yet.
Monstrous manual. Monstrous manual.
What's in that book?
Charles Nelson Riley rises from the ground.
It's me. I'm a gelatinous cube.
Is Fred Schneider with him?
Boys in bikinis.
You're about to be attacked by the B-52s. B-52s!
Dead air.
What was this monster brought
Dead air.
to us by?
Who's this dead air brought to you by? What's this monstrous manual brought to you by?
The gas that pad thai has given me.
10-second energy. You need to stay awake for 10 seconds. 10-second energy.
What are you finding?
Oh, nothing. So you guys are sort of set up along the river side or the water side, maybe up to where there's maybe some trees and,
Yes,
and
hidden
vegetation
bit.
up against the thing. And while you are asleep, did you say second watch? Mm-hmm. You hear a weird snuffling, like a really freaky snuffling.
Guys, you guys wake up. There's a weird snuff.
Okay. What was
It's Ken breathing into the mic.
So,
what you talking about? Oh dear.
So we all get up and we spring to action because there is a rustling, and it's coming from the tree line.
I just went to sleep and I'm like, motherfucker.
Yeah, you were just.
Everything
Everything was starting to get really loud right before you go to sleep.
You had just exposed your sweet potato, your yam. You had pulled the. Can we offer the yam to the critter in the distance?
Oh. Maybe it's.
Big orange
Right.
ball
Right.
bag, come get a bite. Come get a bite. Come get a bite. Big orange ball bag.
It's my new favorite song.
I'm seriously singing that to the distance.
I feel like.
I don't think that my requests of my character are being taken seriously. I'd like to stage.
Well, it's because
I'd
you
like
didn't
to
get
issue-
the color right. He's not Brian. He's Dag. He's got a gothic sweet
Oh,
potato.
Big
It's
black
got like
sweet potato, come out tonight. That's how we wake you up, though.
Where's the snuffling
we
coming
just give
from?
it a poke.
Oh my god!
Is it another one of those thingies? What the hell was it called? Wow, I can barely speak English.
Oh, the
I fell asleep in the middle of my
Bewlet?
sentence. Yeah,
God,
what
the
is it?
thing
There's the big shark thing.
All right, do I have a light spell?
The land shark.
Wizards have like at least illumination spells, right?
You
or
have
just torches?
You have that
torches.
wand that has
Oh, yeah.
the.
Little, yeah, flashlight wand. But I don't want to.
Tap the flashlight app on your wand.
I'm concerned of giving our location away.
Well,
We can hear it.
I'd rather. Well,
Oh no! They've shut off the main reactor. We're doomed. So there's a weird snuffling, and there's I don't know. You can't really see much. You could probably see something because you have a little bit of infravision.
I got the Elfie times.
This large thing sort of comes out of the trees towards you. It looks sort of hippopotamus-y.
oh Jesus!
Like
Snell Carter.
like a platypotamus. Does that make sense?
Yeah, let's.
It's like a
Hippopotamus.
it's like a platypus, but it's the size of a hippopotamus, and it's looks like a kind of sort of like a weird snuffling night riverbank creature.
All right.
It's kind of it's just sort of like moving its head from side to side. It's maybe the size of a Mini Cooper.
It's probably a vegetarian.
We were around trees.
There's a few trees, like just vegetation against.
Where's he in relation to us?
Let's say you guys are here, and your credit cards are here.
yeah.
Fuck.
I need to run a car.
do we
What
have
am
a
I gonna
fire?
do?
Do we have a fire? So this does this thing know
let's
our
take
location?
a quick break while Blaine draws a vagina.
He really is.
And we're back. How's the vagina coming?
I'm working on it. I can't seem
That's
to.
what I said to my wife on our
Given its
anniversary.
scabies.
You said, "How's that vagina coming?" She said, "I'm
On
working
our
on it."
anniversary, yeah.
So
You're such a romantic.
So you guys, this is the water out
A
that
new
way.
romantic.
This
That's
is
what I like about you.
this right here is, I guess, the beach.
Really hold me tight.
This is where this is all like mud and sand, and it kind of goes up to where the ground gets a little harder right here.
Stop eating Altoids.
And these are this is where it gets sort of hilly, and maybe some trees and things like that. This thing was sort of like, obviously, was just sort of snuffling around looking for grubs
Truffles.
and berries and stuff. And you guys were sort of doing a family circus dotted line walk up the coastline that way.
And we're not at camp right now.
I guess you guys had stopped right
stopped
here. You're
somewhere
sort of encamped along here someplace. You found like a nice area.
And the thing is aware of us. It's like standing in front of us.
The thing is, it's kind of coming through the underbrush, and it smells you. So it's sort of coming in your direction.
Right.
And I would say it's got kind of a warthog feel to it too.
I'm
so.
gonna. Am I within like immediate distance of somebody where I could whisper something to them without giving us away? Like, am I close?
Yeah, sure.
I would say, all right, guys, this is what I saw. It's coming right at us. I don't know if we can get away from it. I think we need to kill it.
Let's kill the shit out of it.
How about I create? Is it coming like right at us, or can I create a distraction?
I would say at this point it is kind of making its way towards you. It doesn't look like it's running or anything, but it's just kind of moving its head back and forth. Like
Can
it's
I
looking
try
for
to
something.
shake the branch it's on with my ring of telekinesis, and then maybe while it's noticing that, someone can.
Oh, there's not a. It's not on a
head.
branch. It's on the ground.
Oh, okay.
It's sort of just like
Branch is near.
Then I'm going to aim my horn of blasting at it and just knock its face off if I can.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, yeah, but
Go, let's kill it.
yeah. What do I got?
So hornet blasting. Why don't you?
Is it 20?
Does he roll a 20 first? Yeah, or no?
Oh, what's that, Brian? What is that sucker?
Fucking 20.
Double blast.
All right. So well, that thing's gone.
Problem solved.
Yay!
Whee!
That's that fucking satanic green
I
dice
love
from
this
earlier.
dice. It's beautiful.
great.
That's
Two 20s. And
so.
one-
sent in, or was
roll
that
it two
one of
more
yours?
times.
what?
Was that sent in by a
for
listener?
the
or-
damage?
Yeah, listener. gave me
No,
those.
it's sort of
Nice.
They're
here-
really. Have you looked at them? They look like runes. They look.
Yeah.
They look creepy.
So
It's like
Creepy
woodcut
about a
detail
20.
on every side.
Lyra
like
whips
it.
out the
They're cool looking, right?
the trombone of vengeance, and kind
The
of
happy trombone.
yeah, just blows a note on it, and this horn sound, this note just comes out, and you can see it because you have good vision, but you guys just sort of hear there's a
It's not like. Ba-na-na.
and it just sort of wave motion goes.
Rick, we've been doing this for months. This fucking Chuck Mangione thing. Some people are so happy right now while Ken does this, and some people are so mad.
I know what side I'm on.
So this thing is basically gone. You've just juiced it.
Sweet.
And
fuck you, Snake Hippo.
and this and the you can see that the blast just cuts through the trees and just things just ripple out, and this this wave just travels straight out over the water, and you can just hear this.
So everything in the area will now know where we are. If just anything that was asleep, you just were like you just.
So what?
It had
Go.
a big mouth. It wanted a tasty treat. It was gonna get us.
Yeah.
Now everyone's
He
going
thought we
sh-
were truffles.
We
He's
should
gonna eat
maybe
us.
move now,
Let's
though.
skadoodle.
Yeah, I guess there's no more napping.
No. Sleep is for the weak.
And the tired.
Yeah, that.
Well, who didn't sleep? We all slept except for Brian. And
We got like a solid.
I'm fine.
No,
Let's
it was
fucking
second
go.
shift.
Don't worry
It was-
about me.
Yeah, I got a
Second-
shift of sleep.
Everybody got at least 3 hours except Brian.
I'll sleep on the plane. Let's go.
All right, so Brian falls asleep in the super shuttle. You guys start to make your way, I guess, to the west. It's maybe, I'd say, 4 in the morning-ish. So dawn should be coming up in a couple hours. But first, here's the comedy of Kip and Dada.
I pissed my pants.
All right. While you guys are walking, like I said, occasionally you'll see some lights out on the water.
That's the story, right? Kip and Dada pissed his pants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's so coked out he pisses his pants on stage.
I was told there would be some barbooty.
Oh, I'd love to see Barbooty.
Okay.
So you do see some movement out on the water. You see some lights. That could just be boats, but there's
Could be an armada of ships.
there's a
Does it look different from what we saw right before we went to Sleepy Town?
no, but now that you think that you might have woken people up with the sound because
okay.
it's that horn blast is still sort of reverberating across the water.
Okay, so maybe
So-
there's some people who are out there not on full
Yeah,
alert.
maybe some fishermen,
Now they
maybe
are.
patrol boats.
Okay, let's
You know,
Yeah.
maybe illegal cruise ships.
Book.
So you guys start to keep heading west. It's dark. It's not really a lot going on. You don't bump into anyone. The lights of the city in the distance are getting closer. It doesn't look like a huge metropolis or anything, but it does look pretty. It's big enough to see from a distance, and there's lights. So there's obviously some stuff going up. You keep going for maybe another hour or so. You're getting very tired, and you're all wiped out. The sun is starting to crack out a little bit, and you can see that it is a small town. There's just there's smoke coming off of chimneys and stuff. There's boats that you can see in the distance, kind of going in and out. But as the sun is coming up, you see that there are boats on the water, and some of them are kind of coming in your direction.
Does the whole city look giant-sized?
When you get, it looks small, but it also looks like it's closer than it is. If that makes any sense.
So yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And this is a red colored town.
Yeah, everything's shades of red.
Maybe we should try to find somewhere in the city we can sort of camp in, like a hiding in plain sight, kind of like hole in the wall, a literal hole in the wall where like mice would live and keep a low profile.
With
So
like a
we're
bed
com-
made out of a sardine can.
Is there like some not main entrance to the city? You can come in through the side or somewhere
let's
in the
be
back.
the
or something?
borrowers.
I'm going to sleep in a matchbox with a spool for a pillow.
Is there a road leading to the city? Are we on a road?
No, you're still kind of by the riverbank. I would think that if at this point, if there was a road, that it would be to your left, which would be south, and you would have to kind of go, like up onto the steps again, and it's at a higher elevation.
Yeah, maybe see if there's like a fisherman shack with like a little supply room we can hide out in.
Sounds good.
All right.
Or
So,
if there's a convenient boat we can jump into.
True, we
But
could go
who
right there.
knows?
But I was thinking maybe what we want to do too is like especially if it's
Rest up and get...
like if it's a dinghy, it's not going to have all the nice things a boat
Yeah.
has. We should try and get a map. We should actually see if we can get like fucking directions to this golden tip.
All right.
all right. So while you guys are kind of talking and moving, you hear sort of like almost a distant chugging kind of a sound, like a. And you see up in the distance, it looks like a boat, but there's smoke coming out of the.
Oh, it's a smoke boat.
Yeah.
One of the old smoke boats.
Can we? We're all wearing armor, so we're not swimmers. We're not swimming. We can't swim out to it.
You can get Jerry's character naked if that's what you want.
Okay, I do. Maybe that's where I was trying to. Thank you for helping me.
Totally fucking get him naked. I'm super fucking naked.
You guys want maybe that's not a bad idea. Maybe somebody gets naked, swims out to it, sneaks on board, and commandeers it, buck ass naked, and just fighting giants.
Naked,
Solo, yeah, just
naked
like
commandeer.
take over the riverboat by yourself.
Literally going commando.
I don't know. Yeah, do we want to? Do we want to go for it, or do we want to nest up? What do we want to do?
Well, as you this boat just keeps getting closer.
It's just heading towards us.
Does it look like a war vessel or like a freight vessel? Do we have any idea what kind of a vessel?
Well, it's the first boat that you've seen that's not just a straight up sailboat or oars or some sort of magical
Probably an
propulsion.
army boat. With
So it's probably an army boat coming from the sound, coming to kill us because they're alerted to our noise.
Yeah.
And they may have also found a dead dude in the road, and
Yeah.
maybe Lyra's gonna
Hide.
recommend we hide,
Hide.
especially if we can hide indoors.
Yeah.
And
So
not
we
in plain
head
sight.
towards some sort of building if we see anything.
Yeah, and you have a phantasm spell or an illusion
I have-
wall.
Yeah, and I think
Visibility. I
I
have
was thinking, like,
phantasmals.
like right on the coast would be good in case we need to make a really quick exit onto a boat right away.
Yeah.
There are trees nearby, so if I were to use spider climb to climb up a tree to see this boat,
Yeah,
to make
Yes. You can do that.
Yeah.
so then we would know everything about the boat.
Instantly.
Can we take a quick break? I just got family stuff, and then we'll.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, cool. And we're back. Sorry to any listeners if I said family stuff. We got to go. It's just my puppy, and she's got diarrhea, but that's no joke with a puppy. You got to go take care
Gross,
of
though.
What's that code for? My puppy, in quotes, has diarrhea in more quotes.
He's talking about semen and penises, I think, is what you're saying.
That, yeah. Sometimes a cigar up your ass is just a cigar up your ass.
that. And we're back, Blaine.
All right. Oh, I'm sorry. So,
We're doing the show now.
okay, so before the break, Doc Brown got shot by the terrorists. Go.
Rick was going to go check up in the tree and see
Yeah,
if we could look at that boat.
Getting aerial
Spider
view.
that shit.
All right.
What am I seeing?
As you climb up into this tree, first of all, you notice that there's ants. There's always ants in trees. You're not expecting it. You get up to the top of the tree, and you can see that this boat that's coming towards you is coming towards you sort of pretty close to the coastline, and it's chugging along pretty fast. You haven't seen anything move this quick before. It's I mean, it's not like a cigarette boat or anything, but it's definitely got some sort of weird steampunk propulsion system.
Do I see guns on the side? Are there armored giants?
No, not yet. You can sort of assume that there's going to be some sort of presence on it, but
All right, so we'll go back to the plan to go hide in the barn. So I skimmy down the tree and off we go.
okay, cool. So you, and your spell will last for a while. You can skim it. You can shimmy up a lot of stuff.
Great.
But you guys, you're back down on the ground. You sort of, I guess, start moving west again, hugging the tree line. This boat comes into view. You can all see it now. It's just sort of a fast-moving, small patrol boat, and you can see. Let's see how many of these guys. You can see 3 guys on it from where you are. It's I would assume that it's maybe one guy, obviously in some sort of weird steering position, a couple guys on the front deck, and they're obviously looking for something on the coastline.
I think we should either hug the ground or I should throw up an illusion to make us blend into the environment.
Yeah, like just a giant running along the beach in the opposite direction or some shit.
What's the illusion?
Yeah, what do you think? What do you want to do? I think it sounds like a good idea.
Like throw a blue giant so they think
Sure.
when
okay.
some other dick is on their land.
I could do that. Yeah, sure.
So you got to throw up a big nude blue giant on the.
Yeah, just running towards them, like along the beach, past them the other way.
Like he's streaking.
Yeah, can you make him holding a big annoying horn too?
Okay, there's that goddamn big Kenny G that we've
just that
been
guy
terrorizing
with
the
the horn.
village.
Naked with a big Ricola Alp horn.
Oh, here we go. Illusion of any object, creature, or force. Yeah, great. I can do it.
All right. Is that what you are going to do?
Yes.
So,
And we're all going to hit the dirt
Okay.
And
Yeah.
we send a guy running past them, opposite of the direction they're running in.
God damn it. Sorry.
Trying to pull up the streak.
Look at that!
Pull
Look at
up
that!
the streak.
Hey, did you get a good look at it, sir? Yeah, I did.
She was over there by the tomatoes.
Well, we're nothing but BS. There was once upon a time a song called "The Streak." Once upon a time, there was a guy named Ray Stevens.
I look over to Ethel. I said, "Don't look, Ethel." But
Can
it's
you
too late.
can you make the blue giant into the visage of Ray Stevens?
It's Ray Stevens
Sorry.
carrying his album
And it
and a horn.
I was in a restaurant
Running-
as a
running
kid,
the other way.
and a streaker came into the restaurant and ran through the restaurant, and then ran out the door. And
Jesus.
I fucking loved it. I was very young, and my mom and my grandmother said that they had never seen me so goddamn happy.
It makes so much sense.
Yeah.
I didn't know they called it
That is where your
streaking
love
when
of naked men began.
my uncle used to do that all the time. But it was just my room, and I didn't even know they called it streaking.
He'd run in and
He'd run in, and I loved it too.
fuck you for 2 hours.
He'd
Lay on
fuck
top of you.
he'd fuck me so
It's
hard.
really weird. The running was such a small part of it.
No,
Really.
it was really just a run in and slam the door, and then the rest was a fireworks show. It was
The rest was, this is between you and me.
Yeah,
Till
it was-
now when
it was- it
everyone
was-
dies.
yeah. I didn't know it was called streaking.
I won best streaker at my camp.
What
streaker
what
camp?
makes good versus bad streaking?
I don't know because there was a
Ball
girls camp and a
jinglage?
boys camp. I don't know if it was best streaker or I just won the streaker award because I would streak at camp. Fucking idiot! From the showers to the cabin.
Of course.
So now you know it's only a matter of time before Ken streaks this podcast.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna fucking streak the shit out of you.
He's so fucking good at it.
He's got something to prove.
For all the listeners, know I'm doing it right now.
Bum, bum.
I'm usually streaking after I eat at Arby's. Get it?
Streaking your underpants.
All right, so the blue giant, imaginary blue giant, is playing Ray Stevens and running down the beach the other way.
Wait for it.
Actually, Jerry would request Yakety Sax. That's his favorite song.
Every YouTube video he sends me, some terrible thing to a
the yakety sax?
The best was Rambo 4 to the slaughter. It was played in fast motion, and it's literally just a bunch of people mowing down a village.
I think he had like the
There's
floor-
worse ones.
the-
I'm not going to say I liked in public.
The club women fighting outside, pulling a woman out of the car. Oh, no.
Yeah, and there's another couple that are awful.
So what is the what do the
All right,
what
so,
are the- what have the
You guys sink back into the trees. This giant blue Ray Stevens appears, carrying a Chuck Mangione flugelhorn, and he's naked as the day he was conjured, and he's running down the beach going woohoo! Was he making the Daffy Duck noise? Even better. He is just a woohoo! He's running down. He's running left to right. He's running left to right again. Instead of running in a straight line, he's just running left to right.
And
really
Oh,
the
and here
greatest
comes a
song
crowd
ever.
of
English
naked
bobbies.
chubby women. Here come the ladybirds.
Benny Hill slapping an old man on the forehead?
It was Henry McGee and a host of your favorite stars. So this blue giant goes running down the beach, and you kind of peer out of the trees, Artie Johnson style, to see what happens. And this you see. Eventually, you see the boat out there kind of changes course and starts to come in towards the shore a little bit, and you see more smoke come out. It starts to pick up a little steam. The giant keeps running down, just flopping around in the wind and waving his horn, going, "Feels so good." The boat gets into range.
This is the best illusion ever.
You can kind of see what's going on now. It's a boat that looks like there's maybe 5 guys on it, like an Apocalypse Now
like a
kind of.
burger
Like,
place.
But by guys, you mean giants.
yeah, red giants, and the boat is red, sort of a dark red. And you can see on the boat at this point that there's just a glow coming from the engine, where the smoke is coming from. And you see a couple of giants move over to the side, and they get behind these big, weird-looking contraptions. And you hear some weird noises, and all of a sudden, these flamethrowers just rocket flames right into the blue giant that's running down the.
Quickly cast an illusion that he falls to the ground burning, so they think they got
Yeah,
him.
no kidding.
One at a time. But I imagine you would have passed them by now, though. Since he's running the opposite direction. Are you saying he's running by them?
Well, they
when
steered towards him, though, right? Like, didn't they change
I thought
course?
you were sending him in the opposite direction.
They're coming like this, he's running like that.
But yeah, but then didn't they like follow him for a while till they could catch up? Isn't that? What
Oh, I thought you. So you sent him running towards in this the same.
Going the same direction that they are going, so that they chase him away from us, is what I would
Yeah.
imagine.
Oh.
You were saying.
Yeah, they were coming.
Okay.
They were heading east towards you guys from the city. I thought you were making him run back where you had come from.
Yeah. Right.
To run past the boat to drive the boat away from us.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I assumed you, or something like that. So let's just.
So what happens when the flames hit the illusion?
When the flames hit the illusion just kind of keeps running around. Kind of the original programming of the illusion, like it's almost like a magical GIF, and it just
It
kind
can't
of
be changed once it's
keeps
passed.
running around and wah, and the flames just kind of go right through it. It doesn't even really register. And Lyra, you sort of notice that the guys on the boat sort of look at each other and then go, "Oh, motherfucker!"
All right.
Like they're really.
We need
And then,
to move. Yeah.
We need to run the other direction.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
we
they
need to keep moving because
they yell some stuff, and you see another guy on the back of the boat just start kind of lean over. He comes out and he like gets out some weird giant binoculars.
Let's try and move.
They
into
would
the-
make things
yeah.
look huge.
Let's try and get a little bit in the tree cover as we head toward the city.
All right. So you guys move back into the trees. I'm gonna say that there's a 5% chance that they see you from. They saw you.
Holy Christ.
So
So, given the speed that they're going at, and we're not running along, we can run inland away from them. Yes.
Yeah, we hit the dirt, basically.
yeah, you hit the dirt. I'm just gonna assume that the guy in the back with the scope managed to catch a reflection of something off of one of you guys. Maybe a sword. Maybe he saw some footprints. Maybe he put two and two together. Maybe he I'm just saying.
Are they? They're not close enough to hit us with the flamethrower yet, right? Like they need to chase us down.
They need to turn around, right?
Yeah, they would have to turn
All
around.
right. Well, we need to get to the city before they can get word to the city, basically.
So all right. So you see this boat, choof, 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 and it just instead of slowing down or getting closer, it just starts to make a big left turn, a big wide circle back out into the bay or out into the water. And you see some movement on the back. And it starts to go off into the distance. You figure it's going to head back into port and warn people. But
So going to that town might be a bad idea now. As soon as we get there, they're going to be alerted, and then they're going to be on high
They're going to
alert.
beat us there, yeah.
so you see some movement on the back of the boat, and you see two of the guys jump off, just sort of like they jump off the back.
Oh.
And then you just sort of hear this weird, and you see these guys. It looks like they're running on the water, and then they get closer, and it looks like they're riding these weird bicycles. But they're coming up to the. They're sort of heading towards the land. They're getting closer and closer and closer.
Go.
Yeah, we got to just run. Let's run.
All right.
And I'm gonna. Fuck it. I'll wait. I'll save it. And if they get close to us, we'll run.
So you guys are running.
Yeah.
Are you running along the river? Are you running inland? Are you running?
Do you want to vote whether we're going into the city or not?
Well, we can't go to the city
Now,
because they're there.
They made it there that fast?
I'm sure they're going to get there before we do.
Or if we're there hiding, then it'll
Well,
be
you
red
can
alert
still
town.
see that. You can still see the boat that it's circling around, and these guys have sort of jumped off like fighter planes, and they're kind of coming in.
Can we, like, what do we think when we guesstimate running back to the city and making it there before this boat finishes whatever it's doing? Like, what do we think the odds are that we could make it to the city before the boat does? Just so we could hide out and lay low until people.
You can't really gauge. It looks like if you ran full speed, you would probably get there at the same time as the boat would, or at least hit the outer parts of the city. You'd start getting into like civilized areas and stuff.
How many, there were a total of 4, so there's still two are on the boat. 2 are off the boat.
I'd say there's at this point there's maybe 3 left on the boat. You couldn't really get a good number, but there are 2 guys on little individual things, and there's still at least 2 guys on the boat.
You guys want to double back and get on and try to get on the boat?
But with the one guy?
The 2 are off, and they're coming to look for us.
And where's the boat?
And the boat has turned around, coming back in our direction.
I don't know if we can make it all the way out. If it's that far into the bay, we're not going to make it onto the boat.
I thought it was right along the coast because it was flamethrowering people.
We have to dump all our supplies.
The boat kind of came in this direction. It saw you guys, and the giant maybe got flamed right here, and then saw you guys back here someplace. It kind of started to loop up around back this way.
All right.
Just a big, slow boat move.
Right.
And then maybe right around here, you see these 2 guys jump off, and they start coming in.
Okay.
You guys.
So run inland, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I say we go full speed for the city.
Yes.
All right. So you guys are just gonna head away from the water, back up this way.
Yeah.
This is
Look
gonna.
for a place to hide.
Yeah, because if we can get far enough away from them by the time they hit the coast, we could just be hiding anywhere, and it'd take them forever to find us.
Okay. So you guys head into the trees, into some bushes, underbrush, and stuff. You're moving pretty fast. At this point, you're giving your position away. If they're looking for people on the coast and you're moving through the brushes, they're going to see that you're moving. So they'll, they're gonna be able to know kind of where you guys are. So as you're getting a little more elevation, running inland, getting higher and higher, sort of like into some foothills, you see these things coming up to the edge of the water. They look like weird pedal boat motorcycle kind of things. And these 2 giants sort of like just rush them right onto the beach and beach them. And they don't need kickstands or anything, but they jump off. And they one of them pulls off a sword. The other one gets out and pulls out a bow and arrow. And they just start walking down to the bushes or the area where you guys started to head inland. And you're going to keep moving?
How are we going to get 2 of them? I don't know.
I could climb up a tree and then magic missile down them, like hit them.
Yeah,
in
we can't keep running. They're gonna get us.
All right,
We
I'm
gotta
gonna climb.
at least take out one. And then
Yeah,
I'm
let's
gonna
all
climb.
hide.
I'm gonna shimmy up a tree with my magic missile ready.
we're at an hour. Okay, let's.
Yeah, I guess Lyra probably heads up a tree too. But
So you guys are going to maybe try to find a little saddle pass and have a little...
Mexican standoff? Or?
I figure if they don't see me and they go underneath, I can magic missile straight on top of their heads.
Yeah.
That might cause more damage than what I did to the wrist, to the burning wrist.
Okay. Well, so you guys scramble up some stuff. Do you want to call it here, or what do you want to do?
What do you think? I mean, can we do something in 5 or 10 minutes?
I would think that maybe you could just get ready for something, but not something.
Okay. Let's get ready and then call it.
Okay.
Sweet.
You guys head up into the trees. You're doing the same?
No, I think I'm going to stay on the ground and go invisible.
Okay. So Hug says, "Hey, I'm going to stay on the ground and become invisible." and does just that. It's
And
great.
obviously off the path.
Yeah, and I'm gonna go up a different tree than Winter.
Okay, yeah, and you have elf type skills.
Yep.
And Dag.
I'm gonna just try to stay by those guys, but kind of on the ground and as hidden as I can.
Okay.
Until these assholes get up, and then I'll figure something out.
Okay. As you're sort of getting yourself
I'm just
into,
using the trees kind of as cover, but I'm not in them. I'm next to them.
you like the trees, but just as friends.
Yes.
I
wonder why the oaks and never mind.
So you guys, you're up in a tree. You're in a safe position on the ground, invisible. You are in a different tree. You probably have some crossbow stuff ready to go, and a Dag is on the ground, sort of in a batter stance, and your frost brand is starting to get brighter and brighter and brighter.
Awesome.
And it's starting to get. You can feel it getting excited.
I love it. Where'd you say I was going to be in Chicago?
You're at the Beat Kitchen, a badass rock club that does comedy.
The Beat Kitchen. I think I've been there before. So
It's really great.
And then, do you remember where I'm at? DeKalb? Did you look?
You're at the House Cafe, I think.
Oh, right. That sounds right. Yeah. So this weekend, Friday at DeKalb and Saturday at the Beat Kitchen in Chicago. Come on out, and then next week I will be in Austin, Texas for House Horror Con or whatever Phil Anselmo's metal thing is called, metal horror thing. Anything else? What do you got? What would be out next week, Rick?
The big Marvel event of the fall, the Avengers vs. X-Men Axis, comes out, and then we got the all-new Captain America the week after that.
Cool. Anybody else? Got anything they want to plug?
I might enjoy Halloween.
Yeah, you always do.
Watch haunted houses.
My band, the Beatles, will be performing on the Ed Sullivan Show this Friday,
Oh, wow.
so check that out.
What the fuck?
That's gonna be fun. Yeah, we finally booked it.
This
It's
is
good.
your band?
Me and Blaine are at Flappers right the day after this comes out, I think.
Oh yeah, that'll be it's
16th.
and that's right after my Beatles performance.
Yeah. I hope the Ed Sullivan thing goes good.
I don't know. I think guitar bands are on their way
no
out.
one watches that.
I'm recording an album on November 15th at Nerd Melt. Come see and watch at midnight.
Yes. Thanks, everybody.
This has been an Earwolf Media production. Executive producers Jeff Ulrich and Scott Ackerman. For more information, visit earwolf.com.
Earwolfradio.com